Back in the old days when I would do quite a lot of public speaking to ARMA groups and to anyone else that wanted to have a speaker, I would start with the following joke. Now obviously I can't use it anymore after I've given it to you, but you go ahead and use it if you want to. Once upon a time there was a records manager that was so good at what he did that he was asked to speak at all of these meetings all over the country. It started with local chapter meetings and went on to regional meetings. Soon he found himself quitting his day job, and he traveled all over the country doing nothing but give speeches to people. In fact, it was so lucrative that at some point he decided, well, I'm going to hire me a chauffeur, get me a big old stretch limousine, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride and keep giving this speech until people tell me not to do it anymore. So he did this for a couple of years, and one day they're on their way to a little place in Utah, and the chauffeur turns to him and said, "Boss," he said, "I've heard you give this speech so many times that I could give it as good as you could." And the records manager said, "Oh yeah?" He said, "Well, guess what? We're going to this little town and nobody's ever heard of me here, and I don't think they've ever seen me. We're switching. You're going to give the speech if you think you'd be that good at it." So they change clothes. The records manager puts a little chauffeur cap on, a little jacket, and they drive into town. Chauffeur gets out of the back seat among the flash bulbs and all the lights, and he goes to the hall and he gives the speech, and he gives it brilliantly. In fact, he might have even given it better than the records manager did himself, until the very end, when this little hand raised in the back of the room and said, "Please, sir, can you elaborate on the records management ramifications of the changeover from clay tablets to papyrus in ancient Mesopotamia?" And the chauffeur's up there thinking, "Oh no, what in the world am I going to do now?" And he thinks, and he says, "Madam, with all due respect, that question is so elementary and so stupid that I'm going to have my chauffeur answer it."